Hello, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome to the Friday
Five. Hope everybody's doing great on this first Friday in August.
Which is also happens to be
my birthday month.
Woohoo!
I am so excited.
Yeah, she's already started getting all her gifts.
Yes, so thank you.
One a day.
Yes.
31 days.
Well, I don't expect it, but I love it. So
yes,
what can I do?
All right, number one.
7
apps that will help you communicate with your mean ex.
Oh, come on. I wasn't that bad.
All right, so it will help you deal with other people.
Yeah, so, if you're having trouble communicating with your soon-to-be ex-husband or wife or your, already divorced partner, make sure that you use one of these apps. If you have children that you have to communicate about, like you can share a calendar, also share receipts for those medical bills and expenses that are not covered by the insurance company, also to communicate on visitations, whether you're running late or you're hoping to switch out a weekend. This is a great way to communicate.
I especially like the part where, for example, if you're going to do an agreement for mediation, of course talk to your own lawyer, but it's good to write these things in there that you're going to use. For example, an app here called Our Family Wizard. The reason why, and also that you get notices by email, and the reason why you do that is, like for example, with Our Family Wizard here in Texas, most of the time a judge is going to let in the text that you are sending to each other. So if you're being mean and nasty, that's probably
they can use that against you.
So that keeps everybody kind of playing nice, at least on the surface.
Yes. All right, so make sure you check it out. Number 2.
Diagnostic testing is critical after a car wreck.
So true. A lot of the times after an accident, adjusters are expecting to see broken bones and just cuts and bruises and blood everywhere, and that's not the case. A lot of the times we get, soft tissue injuries, which are not visible.
But they're harder to diagnose. Sometimes they're harder to treat. Sometimes they last a very long time.
They do.
And sometimes you can do all the therapy and get to a point where, that's when you need to have the MRI done.
Yeah, so make sure that you ask your doctor if you're feeling pain and there's not really like any relief that you're feeling. Make sure that there is some sort of diagnostic treatment or an MRI that is done to help
because
you.
that MRI is going to show you herniations or bulges or problems with your nerves, that kind of thing in your back and neck, etc.
Yeah, so make sure you check it out.
All right, number 3 is something we've done recently.
Yes, we went through this.
A dog.
When we picked Poppy, we were looking, to see what kind of breed was going to be better for our family, which one was going to be, better around children. We didn't want to deal with, too much shedding around the house, and, whether or not we wanted to, have a big dog or a little dog. So this is a great link to follow and do. And look at if you're thinking about getting a new dog or adopting a new dog.
I agree. It does tell you to look into certain things like, are you a couch potato? Are you active? Do you live in an apartment with no yard? Or do you have a yard?
Yes.
What kind of grooming is going to be required? Are they going to have to go to the get the dog shampoo and the haircut and all that on a regular basis? Or is there a dog that doesn't really need to do all that?
Yes. And just real quick, this weekend, I believe it's in the Harris County. They're going to be doing the free microchips for pet owners. So make sure you check that out.
Wow, that's great. All right, number 4. Is laundry always piling up?
Yes.
In our house it does.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I don't even know how that happens, but it does. It's like one day there's nothing. The next day it's like a full basket. Don't know. I think that happens when you have kids.
Right. But it does tell you some good tips.
Yes. Okay. So this is a great one. And I went back and forth about doing this in the past. And I don't know. It was just part of the habit. But anyways, do it once a day, every day. And it basically cuts your time down to 20 minutes a day. Instead of having your entire weekend filled with, loads of laundry being done. Just do it one load at a time every single day, and next thing you know, you're good to go.
Now, I do think it's helped also as our kids have gotten older. We give them more responsibility about taking care of some of this on their own.
We let them do their own laundry. That really helps, so that's a great one. All right, number 5.
Now, this is very interesting, how talking to strangers, we always tell our kids not to, but for adults, talking to strangers can actually lead to more happiness.
Yeah, so, I think when it comes to just being an adult and talking to other people, you get to really learn about someone else's life story, and it just becomes such an interesting thing to compare it to your life, and you start wondering, whether or not you can accomplish more, or maybe you should be doing more, or other things, try something new, learn something new. So it's just very interesting. So definitely, whenever you're next to a stranger, especially if it's an older person, I am always like drawn to talk to those people because they have so much to share, and a lot of the times they don't have someone to share it with. So make sure that you approach them and you strike a conversation with them, and the next thing you'll have a new friend, and it will make you so much better.
Yeah, I totally agree. And even people that, for example, clients that come in and that would, we really try to spend time with them. And I'm always amazed at what I learn from other people.
Yes.
Some fact that I didn't know. Something, maybe we had one guy that worked on the windmills, those huge ones.
I know,
West
like
Texas.
who knew?
And so it's very interesting to hear about what their day-to-day is and what their life is like. I always learn something new from them.
We do.
And we really appreciate that.
Yes. All right. Well, that's it for this Friday 5. Hope everybody has a great weekend. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.